Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Ray Kelly calling out the Obama administration over the way it is handling the 9/11 terror trials. During an event this weekend, Commissioner Kelly revealed the NYPD was never consulted in advance in the decision to host the trials, just steps from ground zero. Mr. Kelly fears the entire city will be in danger.
The merits of bringing them to the city, I think it's reasonable to say, common sense says that the threat level is going to be raised as a result of this trial being conducted here. Not only will we have to protect the core area of Manhattan, we'll have to provide additional security to the entire city. We have to be prepared, and we are preparing for any contingency. We have to at least plan for the possibility that something will happen here to garner publicity from the trial itself.
Joining us now, Bob Strang, co-chair of New York's Anti-Terrorism Task Force and the CEO of the Investigative Management Group, joins me now. He's a long and distinguished career in law enforcement. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks,
Do you
Greg.
share the commissioner's concern that these trials will put the entire city in danger?
Well, there's no question that when we were having trials right here in the middle of Manhattan, for the same reasons we were attacked 2 other times, it's just going to draw that same attention. We're the capital of the media. We're the capital of the world when it comes to finance. We have the most people in a condensed space, more than any other city in the country. When you take a look at it, there's no question that this is going to create a problem for us.
Commissioner Kelly's a pretty even-tempered guy, but you could sense his frustration, if not subdued anger, over the fact that nobody ever picked up the phone at the White House to call either the mayor, apparently, or the commissioner. Is that a bit odd to you?
Well, you know, we don't know. Well, first of all, Greg, we're not 100% sure that Eric Holder or the president didn't call Mayor Bloomberg and talk to them before this decision was made. You know, clearly Commissioner Kelly wasn't in that loop. And remember how it works. Eric Holder works for Obama. Commissioner Kelly works for Bloomberg. And you have to be very clear on this. You know, you have to do what your boss wants you to do. The federal government decided that these trials were going to take place in New York, and, you know, Kelly is just doing what he has to do. He knows he's got one of the strongest police departments in the country, capable of keeping us safe here. He's got 1,000 people assigned just to terrorism. So he's moving forward with a positive attitude.
All right, now listen, the Blind Sheikh and others associated with the first terror bombing case, the World Trade Center in '93, they were tried here in Lower Manhattan. Other terror trials have been held here. We've been able to survive that without any corresponding attacks, at least that we can determine. Well, are you confident we can do that?
Greg, look at it this way. When you're overseas, when you're in Afghanistan, Pakistan, when you're in Yemen, when you're taking evidence, when you're in a war environment, when there's people shooting at your back, when you have to control a situation, it's much different than executing a search warrant here in the United States. The rules of evidence are different. When you're in a war, you're not thinking about the defendant's rights. You're not thinking about Miranda warnings, the chain of custody. You're not thinking about all those things. So it's really unfair. When you're not arresting people overseas and making cases overseas, they've got to be tried in courts that are set up for that. We're trying people that are arrested in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and these other countries along the border, and we're trying them in the U.S. courts. There's no sense. It just doesn't fit.
Well, and I can envision a judge actually tossing out the case, and we'll just have to wait and see. Bob Strang.
Let's hope so.
Thanks very much.
Okay.